Why is it that when life falls apart, that's when we want to turn to God, but when life is going good, we slowly drift from Him? Do y'all ever wonder that? Do y'all ever just be thinking about why is it that when God continues to give me what I've asked for, when God continues to give me the prayer that I've been seeking Him for, while I've been fasting for, why is it that when He gives me these things, my life is going better? And then when my life is going better, why do I slowly drift from Him? When God continues to bless you, when God continues to work in your favor, when God continues to bless your family, bless your friends, you forget that was the same God that when you were crying, when you were seeking for help, when you was in a bad position, when you was in a bad situation, He was the one that grabbed you out of that situation to put you in a better situation right now. See, this is the thing. This is the problem. See, when we deal with this pain, when we deal with this loneliness, when we deal with this trauma or this addiction or this anxiety or depression, this is when we turn to God with sincerity. But the moment that God has cleared us from all that, the moment that God cleared us, the moment that God saved us from that position, the moment when God presented life in front of our eyes to see what financial success really means, to see what love truly means, that's when we slowly forget who our Father really is. One thing I noticed is that when life gets amazing, our worship stops. When life gets amazing, our prayer stops. When life gets amazing, the way we read our Bible, the way we used to break it down, the way we used to really sit here and dwell in His presence and ask Him, Lord, speak to me as I read the scripture. See, when that happens, it shows how lazy we are. See, there's times where I sit in here and I keep on begging God for an answer. There's times where I sit here and I keep knocking on that door for God to give me an answer. There's times where I'm in His presence and I'm reading His word, and there's times where I get confused in what's going on and I'm saying, Lord, help me. See, I remember there's some times where I've asked God to bless me. There's times where I've asked God to save me from the situation that's been hurting me the most. And, when God continues to save me from that moment, I give Him praise. But there's one thing that I do lack. There's one thing that I notice that, when you really sit here, as I sit here and I dwell by myself and I sit here and I expose myself for the weaknesses and for my flesh that is falling into, this is what I tell myself. I notice that when I read my word, it's not the same. Yes, I can worship. Yes, I can pray. But the way that I used to read my word and really analyze and really seek God for who He is and not what He does for me, it's like I remember who that was. I remember me doing that. And it's crazy because I struggle. I'm not a person that's going to sit up here and give you all the goody in my life, all this. No, I'm going to tell you, I'm a man of God who is trying to be obedient, who is trying to really chase His presence. But it's okay because I'm able to tell you that I'm struggling. It's okay because I don't gain nothing from telling you that, hey, I struggle as a man. I don't gain nothing but for me telling you, I don't gain nothing from me telling you, hey, listen, when life used to go great for me, that's when I used to see God less. There's a reason why I'm in this moment. There's a reason why I'm able to feel confident in the voice that I'm able to speak out of, because God is convicting me. God is exposing that sinful nature that's inside me that needs to be put to death. Do you ever just ask yourself, am I really chasing God for who God really is? Or am I only chasing God so He can answer my prayers when I go to Him? Do you ever just ask yourself, am I really chasing the Father who has brought me out of every situation at my lowest moment? Or am I only chasing the Father because I'm in a situation right now where I'm in need of help? See, those that gain success and those who get opportunities and go and those who are living a better life than what they used to before, it's like we forget who's that same Father that brought us out of that situation. See, as I was reading Deuteronomy 6. It says, do not forget the Lord who brought you out. See, a lot of us, we like to take our own credit. We like to take what God has already did for us. We like to tell others, yeah, I got myself out of this situation. No, 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 no. God is the one that got you out of this situation. Listen, I'm not somebody who thinks they got it all together. I'm actually the opposite. I'm someone who knows that their heart is shattered. I'm someone who knows that their heart is broken. But realizing, see, I'm glad I'm actually in this space. There's times where I'm in my room alone and I'm like, wow, like I'm really in this position. Like I really can't walk, or I really can't do this, or I really can't go out and go to the gym. I really can't do all these things. But the more that I wake up and the more that I really sit and talk to God, I'm like, thank you. Lord, thank you for putting me in this position, because I'm starting to expose a lot of things that I didn't see before. See, I was blind by all these things. I was blind by all this work. I was blind by all the success I wanted. I was blind by all the weights that I was pushing. I was blind at all the time that I had to vlog and get all this footage, but I didn't really sit there and have time to really hear and really understand who God truly is. What is God truly trying to say to me while I'm in this position? But let's talk about the good. Now, I do want to talk about the good because the good is important. I do want to talk about the good because there's a reason why God brings us out of those situations. See, the reason why we have all this success and we forget who brought us out of that situation, or we forget to actually spend time with the Father himself and the Son, is because of our flesh. See, the more that the devil sees success in your life, the more that he's going to want you to ignore the principles that are at a high standard right now. See, let me give you an example. See, right now I have nothing to do. Right now I have nowhere to go. Right now I have nobody to talk to. Right now I'm stuck in this house. So it gives me no other option to really seek the Lord, because that's what I really want to do. See, I used to think that it was an option. I used to think that, wow, like, am I doing this out of obligation, or am I doing this because I truly want to know Christ? As I was literally sitting in the shower, I was praying to the Lord before I even come on camera. And I was asking the Lord, I said, Lord, I am not worthy of you. Lord, I don't even deserve you. But the fact that you say I'm still worthy gives me that chance to still chase after you. But the moment that God has healed me from my situation, am I gonna go back out in the world and do the same thing that caused me into this mess in the first place? Am I gonna sit here and really change the way I think about life, change the way I move, change the way that I put my desires? Am I gonna put my desires to death? Am I gonna sit here in every sinful situation that I'm in? Am I gonna sit here and act out of flesh, or am I gonna tell myself to choose Jesus? There's something I want to ask y'all. If God answered the prayer that you once cried over, have you stayed as close to him now as you were when you were desperate? See, when I sit here and I come on camera and I talk, it's crazy because I was just editing a video, and the video that I just put out, I really listened to what I was saying. And I really sat on here and before I even got on camera, it just shows that I really want to change. It just shows that I really want to walk in obedience, and it just shows that I really want to surrender my life. And it just shows that I'm willing to put the things that don't matter to dead. And I'm asking the Lord to wake up my spirit, to wake me up as a person, to wake me up as an individual. And that's why I come on here and I do these talks. That's why I come on here and want to use my voice, because the voice is pretty much all I got right now. And I'm not going to take that for granted, because God has gave me a gift. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about all of us. I'm here to talk about you. I'm here to talk about you. I'm here to talk about you, and you. There's no problem with success. I wish success on everybody that's watching me. I wish success on my own enemies. I wish success on my own family. But there's a reason. There's a difference between wishing success, having success, and remembering that God is the same person that can take everything away. So let me ask God to remind me to stay humble, to ask God to remind me of where I came from, To ask God to tell me that, to remember that He's the one that saved me out of that position, to put me in the same position that I'm in right now, which is success. Or have all this success, have all this power, have all this influence, have all this money, have all this cars, house, whatever the case may be, and forget Him. The same person that made you, the same person that molded you out of clay, the same person that breathed breath in your life, that is the one that you're going to forget. I'm just praying that we don't forget who brought us out of this situation. I'm just praying that one day God will convict us in our heart to understand that, we don't need money, we don't need fame, we don't need popularity, we don't need cars, we don't need houses, we don't need none of that to say that we're successful. No. When you follow the Spirit of the Lord, when you follow God for who He is, when you follow and are obedient to what He's trying to tell you, and you have a repentant heart every single day, that's what success means. That is success in God's book and in my book. All this worldly stuff that you can be successful of, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we all pray for it. We all want it. But when you die, is that coming with you? Something that you work so hard for, is that coming with you when God comes to save us all? Is that coming with you when it's your time to go? No, the only thing that's going with you is your soul. Where is your soul? And I'm just going to end with this. Don't forget the God that you cried to in private once life starts looking good in public. AMG Talks, we out.